Michael Mike's Bags. Today, I'm reviewing the Moccasin by Nola bags. I received quite a few requests to review this bag, so let's go and jump in, break the bags down. As always, we'll start with the materials. Slow side, this is that herringbone carpet. It's the most popular of the herringbone materials out there. It's the same carpet you'll find on the slow side of the BG, Wizard, Wizard L, Sorcerer, the Southwest Capo and Chief, the Swag Bags, Wicked, Maniac, the Reynolds Tantrum, and Renegade, the Big D Bandit Queen. I could go on and on. There's a long list of bags that use this. Almost every company out there has a bag that uses this herringbone carpet. Now, Nola has the Rex. The Rex is a herringbone patterned material, but the Rex is a hybrid material. This is a carpet, 100% polypropylene material. So not quite the same as the slow side of that Rex, if you're familiar with that. This is actually going to play a little slower. Speed-wise, I always call this herringbone material 5-speed, but every time I review it, I talk about how you can manipulate the speeds and how the speeds can vary depending on how you take care of the bag. Brand new, it plays 5.5, 6 speed. As you break it in and you rough it up and it fuzzes up and it gets dirty, it slows down. If you want this to stay at the faster side, keep it clean. Wash it every now and then, clean it, buy a fabric shaver, shave it, keep it smooth. It'll play on that faster 5.5-ish speed range. If you want it to play slower, get it dirty, keep it roughed up, get it fuzzed up, get that dirt, that grime, that sweat in there. It'll slow down to 3.5, 4 speed if you want to. Normal conditions, normal playing, for most people, it's kind of about that 5 speed. That's why I call it a 5 speed slow sided. And it's a material that you could have multiple sets of the same bag and treat the material differently, and you can have them playing at different speeds. If you really like this material and you like the way these moccasins play, you could buy 2 or 3 sets of them, manipulate the slow side, and have one playing a 4 speed, one playing a 4.5, one playing a 5.5, or somewhere in there. You can really get the speeds where you want to. So it's a fun material to play with when you like to manipulate speeds like that. Anyway, 5 speed slow side. Fast side, this is that surefire game changer fast side material. It's a 8.5 speed. It's fast. It's great for pushing through, collecting blocks, cleaning up messes, blowing up piles, slides the board in condition. Great fast side material. Template-wise, this moccasin, it's a medium template bag. It's got a medium amount of fill in here. The bag actually has flop to it. Even though it's not a loose, sloppy, floppy bag, it has a fuller hand feel to it. When you grab it, I can grab it. It's got a little bit of a fuller feeling, so I've got a lot of fill in there. But because the template size, it does give the bag flop. And honestly, to me, herringbone material needs flop to it, because flop gives this material forgiveness. If you get a fuller herringbone material, what you're going to get is a bag that's going to be very punishing, a bag that you need to make sure you're throwing flat, extremely flat all the time, and you need to be extremely accurate with. If you're not, it's going to punish you. It's going to make you pay. It's going to be very inconsistent. It's going to be hard to put in the hole. But you take this material and you give the bag some flop to it, and all of a sudden that flops, it gives it forgiveness. It lands a little softer. It doesn't have quite as harsh of a kick. One of the big knocks of herringbone material is the kick. It has a kick to it. It's going to punish you if you don't throw flat. With the flop that Nola's put in here, you can get away with on a perfectly flat bag, and it's still not going to be overly punishing, yet you still have the ability to manipulate the bag like you expect to with the herringbone material. This flop also gives the bag that forgiveness around the hole. And I talk about all the time, the landing zone, right? Those large floppy bags have a larger than normal landing zone. The small fuller bags have a smaller than normal landing zone. And what I mean is that rectangular box you want to land the bag in to still be able to catch the hole and the bag to go in. As you add more flop to a bag, that bag can miss off the side of the hole more. As long as this little corner of the bag dips in, it'll grab it and pull the bag back in. Typically herringbone is not that hole friendly. I talk about herringbone, and honestly, herringbone in the scheme of all materials, it's not that hole friendly of materials. But what you gain on the control side of it outweighs what you lose on the hole friendliness. That being said, Nola has a mixed fill in here. I absolutely love the fill that Nola uses. You got some round beads in here. You've got some flat fill in here. It's a good mixture, some different sizes. It seems like I love the fill because it gives the bag just enough movement that shot shaping, cuts, rolls, flops are very easy with this bag, but it's not overly bouncy, not overly active, and there's enough beads in here that when you get that bag up the hole, it seems like the fill just does enough to drip in, and I found this bag to be more drippy than what I would expect from a herringbone material. It did a great job around the hole, and that's surprising. I'm used to throwing herringbone. I love throwing herringbone. It's one of my favorite materials. I throw it a lot. I'm used to having bags that hang, and I just have to go collect it with my next bag. Not a problem. I didn't have as much of a problem with this moccasin as I thought I would. I was really blown away with it. One of the things I want to mention on this bag that when I first started throwing the bag, it just felt different. I've thrown a lot of herringbones. Like I love the material. Almost every bag company has some version of this bag with the same 2 materials on there and a variation of it. When I threw it, I kind of knew what to expect, but there was something different about that I couldn't figure out. When I got back here and I started kind of checking the bags, one of the things I always do is I always measure them and always weigh them. I weighed this bag. This bag is actually a little heavier than a normal bag. It's not heavy. It's just slightly on the heavier side I'm used to. I love a bag that has a little bit of weight to it. That's why my struggle with bags when you get these L version. L variation of bags tend to be they're lighter, but they tend to be floppier. I like a floppier style bag. I like that looseness in the bag, but I don't like the lightweightness of a bag. And so I always tend to have to find the balance of I want a little heavier bag, but I want flop, and I've got to find that medium ground to blend with it. This bag has the flop, but it still has the weight. And with that weight, it makes the bag, to me, better at pushing through blocks, cleaning up messes, blowing up polish. You've got a lot more weight coming through to blow the pile up. So it makes it great when you want to play a dirty style game and you just want to pile bags up there. At the end, you can flip this bag over and it just goes through and just cleans up messes nicely. I really love that. These moccasins are also ACL stamps. So you play an ACL events, you can throw these in those events. Let's go and jump in. Talk about playability here, as I've done it a long time on the construction of the bag. And playability, it's a versatile bag. Every time I talk about herringbone, I talk about how versatile it is and how you can really mix and match your play styles, which is why I love it. If you want to get up there and just run bags, you can do that. You can go up there, throw your 4 bags, outscore your opponent, and move on round to round. You can definitely do that. Probably not the best material. This herringbone is probably the carpet. It's not the best material for that. It can do it well. There are other materials that do it better. Where this shines is on the dirty style game, whether you're playing dirty style or your opponent's playing dirty style. For me, if I want to play dirty, the control you get this material, I can throw blockers where I want, level 1, level 2, level 3. I can put them anywhere on the board I want. I have complete control. Because the bag has enough fill, I can get a little more aggressive, put that bag more on my opponent's side. And then when I collect it, I just come down the slick side, come down the middle, and I'm just going to clip the corner of the bag, spin it around, and take these bags in. They do a great job of grabbing and pushing through. And I said, because of the weight, you put that level 3 blocker down there, you've got enough weight here and enough of the bag coming in. It's going to catch it. It'll ride it away and push that bag in. It does a phenomenal job of that. I love these moccasins for playing that dirty style game. And then you have the ability for the shot shaping, the cuts, rolls, flops. This bag cuts like a more of a traditional sticky carpet bag, but you get kind of that extra speed with the herringbone that you don't get with more of that stickier carpet material. I love it. This bag surprised me in how well I could throw cut shots with it, even though it had the forgiveness it had to it. So if you get an opponent who plays a dirty style game, they're throwing blockers up there, they're congesting around the front of the board, a bag like this, you can step up, you can throw your cuts, your rolls, your flops very easily. If you're trying to learn to throw cuts, rolls, flops, I think this is a pretty decent bag to learn on. I think it does a really good job of it. I think it's a bag that you can learn on, or if you're kind of below average, you're struggling with it, I think it's a bag that you can pick up and help develop your cut, roll, and flop game really well. So love the shot shaping this bag brings to the table. I love the versatility it has. It's a bag that I like to get up there and just play kind of a hybrid style game where I will run bags 1 round, 2 rounds. Next round I get up there, I'll play a dirty style game. Next round I may kind of mix and match and throw a third bag blocker or something. I love that you can do different game styles. And from game to game, as I get different opponents, maybe I get an opponent who struggles with blockers, I'm going to play a dirty style game, make them deal blockers all game long. The next game I get up there and I get an opponent who struggles, who can handle blockers, but they're really not that consistent at running bags in the hole. I can run bags in the hole, and I can stay with the same bag. I don't have to keep changing bags. So it gives you the versatility to mix and match your gameplay. I was blown away with these moccasins. Like I came to this review with an expectation of what I thought I was getting out of these bags. And because I've seen the materials, I've seen everything, I didn't really expect them to be that different. I knew I was going to like them. I didn't realize I was going to like them as much as I did. Like Nola, the little things they did, like the little extra weight in this thing, the mixed fill they put in here, it's just the little things that they've done that just takes this bag just to that next level and really makes it stand out. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend. If you like herringbone, get yourself these moccasins. That leads me into availability, and Nola has a website, NolaBags.com. As always, I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. The bags, these moccasins were $70 for a set. It's $10 shipping. $80 shipped to you. Phenomenal price for an ACL stand bag. It's at that lower price range really for ACL stand bags. Highly recommend checking it out at that price. I think it's worth the gamble. If you've been thinking about throwing herringbone, I think you're going to love these. Give them a try. If you're a fan of herringbone like I am, I think you're going to love the slight differences this bag has in from traditional bags. So give them a run. If you're throwing the moccasins, drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on them. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.